Ghana is rich in gold and diamonds as well, I believe, in Western Africa. Okay, so it's actually Quasi Awusu Mensa. Okay, well, let's look a little bit further at the floor plan of the Rayburn office building. Here's Rayburn, here's Independence Avenue. This kind of bisects Washington, D.C., east and west. Capitol Street here kind of bisects Washington, D.C., north and south. Okay, you get your bearings. So, and then this is it. Mensa's right here, 2401. If you don't believe that, we'll go back to the last slide. 2401, Rayburn House Office Building. Okay. So Mensa's there in the corner, right? Now, I said that they would put the Wi-Fi boosters near the committee rooms because the committee rooms are typically, I mean, this is a little bit of inside baseball, but the House members, all the members, the Senate and the House, they completely depend on their staffs. The staffs do all their thinking for them. They are literally like actors who are asking for lines. I know that is a diminished view of people and their representatives, but literally their staffs do everything for them. And they're in constant communication with their staffs. When they're not asking questions, excuse me, in a committee meeting, they're talking to their staffs. So if you have somebody coming into the House Permanent Committee on Intelligence, this House committee here, you're going to have people like Clapper and Mueller and Petraeus all sitting next to each other saying we need to, invest more in whatever. There's these worldwide threats. These worldwide threats are happening. We need additional resources to secure the uranium around the world. We need additional resources for ISIS. We need to arm more money, right? That's what the House Intel is. And what you want is you want to know what people are thinking right as you're testifying. You want to know what the questions are going to be before they're asked. You want to know what the fallout is going to be after the meeting. You want to know everything there is to know before, during, and after the meeting. That's why these blackberries are going to be so important. The blackberries, when you have illicit trade or near illicit trade, like we have with uranium and the FBI, right? You want to make sure that that's secured communications. That's why most of this stuff's going to be on blackberries. Some of it is going to be on iPhones. Some of it's going to be on iPhones, and some of it is going to be, with the Stealth Genie. But you want to know everything, and especially David Petraeus is going to want to know everything going on in the minds of all the different people as he's testifying. Clapper as well to some extent, Mueller as well, Bob highly enriched Mueller, Bob highly from Richmond Enrichment Group. Mueller is going to want to know all about that. And you're going to find lots of situations where all three of them are testifying together. Just wait. When you go back to the congressional record and look, you're going to see those three always together. It's going to be our little enrichment group. Now, where was the phone booth? Now, I am just going from memory here. I don't have a detailed record of Rayburn. But it seems to me they were somewhere in between here. They're like, I believe there's a committee room here and a committee room here, and then these are offices. I can't remember the layout, but I thought they used to put the phone booths like right where those books are. Okay, where you see those books in the map. So I believe that's where the Wi-Fi hotspot was. I call them boosters because they're actually boosting all the email from the congressional members. But right where those books are, I believe, are where the old, I think they have a library there. I think that's a symbol for a library. I believe that's right where it was. Or close to there. But you used to be able to have a phone booth there. The members could go in, they could make a phone call, and then they could go back into the committee room rather than going all the way back to their offices. That was the logic, I guess, for that, which makes a lot of sense. But since they're not used anymore, you can lock it. You can put the laptop there and the booster and then boost everybody's messages. That's the idea. And then I'm going from memory again, but Carson's 2135, I believe he's a corner office right down here. So he's really close to both. Now, and it would be interesting to map. I haven't done it yet because early in the morning, but I would be interesting to map where, excuse me, it would be interesting to map where DHS committee room is and where Foreign Affairs is as well. because that's where the other two boosters are going to be. And those those cloakrooms, those phone cloakrooms are going to be where they were put. Okay, now Mensa's here, right? This new guy, Mensa, that you don't know him yet. But Mensa is, let's say he had a background in, well, let's go into his background. Let's find out about Mensa, find out who he is a little bit more. You can see he's the administrator, though, for this area. He's going to be responsible for equipment on this floor, especially in this phone booth, right? Well, let's learn about Quasi Mensa. This may or may not be Quasi Mensa from Ghana. Dapper young man. Looks like he could be a CIA kid in another world if this was another dimension. But no, he's an account manager at CDW. An account manager at CDW. That means he sells stuff. And he was in Mesa, Arizona for a while, Arizona State University. Here he is selling, being an account manager at Vernon Hills, Illinois. I believe that's one of the suburbs of Chicago. So he's moved around a little bit. Here's a different address for him, Lincolnshire. Okay, this could be a totally different guy that has nothing to do with the person working in Congress. Might not be. But then anyway, he comes to Virginia, right, and he works for